Hello, friends! Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there lived a poor boy named Oliver, who always dreamed of becoming a great knight like his father. One evening, when the sun had set and the moon and stars were shining brightly in the inky black sky, Oliver was looking up at the stars with dreamy eyes. All of a sudden, a bright streak of light flashed across the night sky, followed by a loud boom. Looking up, he saw a shooting star hurtling towards the ground. It landed in a nearby field with a gentle thud. Curiosity got the better of him, and he decided to go and see what had happened. When Oliver reached the place where the shooting star had landed, he saw a small, flickering light in the tall grass. He pawed the grass to find a tiny glowing creature that looked like a baby dragon. It had emerald green wings, a long tail, and big amber eyes. It explained to Oliver that it wasn't a baby dragon, but actually a star spirit that had fallen from the sky. The star spirit had been flying back to the sky after visiting its friends, the constellations, when suddenly it got caught in a web spun by a giant spider. The web had torn one of its wings, and now it couldn't fly back home. Feeling sorry for the star spirit, Oliver offered to take it home with him so that it could rest and mend its wing. The star spirit happily agreed. As they walked towards Oliver's house, the star spirit asked if it could take a shortcut through the Whispering Woods. Oliver knew that it was a dangerous place full of creepy crawlies and all sorts of scary things that go bump in the night. But since the star spirit had nowhere else to go, he bravely agreed to accompany it through the woods. As soon as they entered the forest, the trees seemed to close in around them, blocking out the little light that was left in the sky. All around them, eerie hoots and screeches echoed through the darkness. Suddenly, a pair of glowing red eyes appeared in the gloom. Startled, the star spirit hid behind Oliver. Then a huge, furry monster emerged from behind a tree. It snarled at Oliver, baring its sharp fangs. "Who's this little morsel?" the monster asked, eyeing the star spirit hungrily. "And what brings you to the Whispering Woods this late at night?" Oliver stepped in front of the star spirit, puffing out his chest. "Leave us alone," he said, trying to sound brave. "We mean you no harm." The monster let out a loud, chilling laugh. "So you're a brave little knight, eh? Well, I'm in the mood for a midnight snack, and you would make a tasty supper." With that, the monster lunged at Oliver. Thinking quickly, Oliver grabbed a handful of dry leaves and flung them into the monster's eyes. The leaves made the monster roar in pain and fury. It shook its head violently, trying to dislodge the leaves from its eyes. Using this distraction, Oliver grabbed the star spirit and sprinted away as fast as he could. Behind him, he heard the monster thrashing around in the underbrush, roaring with anger. They ran until they came to a small clearing bathed in moonlight. In the center of the clearing stood a majestic oak tree with gnarled branches that reached up to the sky like the arms of an old man. Perched on one of the branches was a tiny cottage. Smoke curled invitingly from its chimney, and a warm glow spilled from its windows. "Do you think anyone lives there?" the star spirit whispered to Oliver, its voice trembling slightly. "I hope so," Oliver replied. "We need somewhere to hide from that horrible monster." As they approached the cottage, they heard a deep voice booming from inside. "Go away, you miserable wretches. I have nothing for you." The door bursts open and a troll emerged, brandishing a large club. "What do you want?" he bellowed, glaring at them. Before Oliver could say a word, the star spirit fluttered forward and cried, "Please help us, Mr. Troll. That horrible monster is trying to eat me, and we're scared." The star spirit explained to the troll what had happened and how it needed to get back to the sky before the sun rose. The troll listened patiently, his gruff exterior softening. Finally, he spoke. "Come with me," he said. "You can stay here as long as you like." He led them around the side of the cottage to a stable where a small pony was munching on hay. "Here, you can ride Starflight," the troll said. "He'll take you back to the Whispering Woods. I'm sure you have a lot of fixing up to do." The star spirit thanked the troll profusely and climbed onto Starflight's back. Oliver felt a pang of disappointment. He had hoped to go with them, but he knew he couldn't ask the troll to make an exception. As they rode away, the star spirit kept glancing back at the cottage as if it had forgotten something. Just as they reached the edge of the woods, the star spirit suddenly cried, "Oh, no. I've left my magic lamp behind. It turned around and flew back towards the cottage, leaving Oliver and Starflight behind. When the star spirit returned, it was carrying a small oil lamp with it. It explained to Oliver that the lamp was filled with the stardust it had sprinkled over the land. When the people of the kingdom were feeling sad or hopeless, they could rub the lamp and their wishes would come true. But lately, some greedy, selfish people had stolen the lamp and wished for all of the stardust to be brought to them at once. This caused the stardust to rain down over the kingdom, making many people sick. I have to stop them, the star spirit said determinedly. But I am too weak to fly all the way to the palace where the greedy people live. Would you help me, Oliver? Oliver felt a surge of excitement. Here was his chance to prove himself. Of course I'll help you, he said. Hop on, Starflight! Together, they raced through the dark, winding paths of the Whispering Woods, the star spirit guiding the way. As they approached the edge of the forest, Oliver heard a loud crash followed by evil laughter. Peeking through the trees, he saw a group of men dressed in dark robes dumping sacks onto the ground. Ha! One of them cackled. With all this stardust, we will become the most powerful wizards in the land. Suddenly, the star spirit cried out, Stop them! Please! Mr. Knight! Leaping from Starflight's back, Oliver charged into the clearing. Leave those sacks alone! He shouted. The men whirled around, their faces twisted with anger. So you're the annoying little pest. One of them spat. Get rid of him, another said, and the men attacked. Oliver fought bravely, dodging their spells and sending their staffs flying with well-aimed kicks. But there were too many of them, and soon he would be out of energy. Just when he thought he might be overwhelmed, a familiar roar echoed through the forest. The men screamed in terror as the huge monster from earlier stomped into the clearing. It snatched one of the sacks from the ground and tossed it into the air. Then it opened its mouth wide and swallowed it whole. The men panicked and fled into the woods. As quickly as it had appeared, the monster vanished back into the trees. Grateful for the monster's help, Oliver picked up the remaining sacks and carried them back to the Whispering Woods. There, with the help of the star spirit and Starflight, he distributed the stardust among the people of the kingdom. Each person received just enough to grant one wish. Many wished for their homes to be repaired or for their fields to be filled with food. A young girl even wished for the star spirit to become her friend. From that day on, Oliver was no longer just a poor boy. He was a hero who had saved the kingdom and made the star spirit's wish come true. He had also made a wish of his own come true, the wish to be a great knight like his father. And he knew that no matter what adventures lay ahead, he would never be truly lost as long as he had friends to guide him. So, friends, helping others is the real light that lights up our own lives. Be like Oliver and share your light with the world. Then only your life will shine with happiness.